everyone. A very warm welcome to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. My name is Tom Poland, beaming out to you as ever on the sand next to the waves at little Castaways Beach in Queensland, Australia. Joined today by Rich Gurman. Rich, a very warm welcome, sir. Where are you hanging out?
You're on a beach in New Zealand?
Australia?
Australia, I'm sorry. I'm on a beach in California, in Laguna Beach, California, man.
One of the two of the most beautiful spots in the world. We have the distinct advantage of having less people here, which I quite like. A present company accepted, of course. So, folks, you're in for a treat. Rich is a best-selling author, a speaker, and a business and lifestyle coach. You're probably in your boardies, are you, Rich?
Always.
T-shirt, boardies, sun is shining, and birds are singing, the surf is up.
That's
And
right.
since 1999, get this, he's conducted over 18,000 individual coaching sessions. So any day now, he's in danger of learning something. He's the creator of JV Insider Circle, a powerful community that supports coaches, authors, and speakers in building their businesses via, probably my favorite subject of all time, joint venture partnerships.
Wow.
So our title today is How to Build Your Business with Joint Ventures. And Rich is going to tell us how to do that in just 7 minutes. Rich, your time starts now. Question number 1, 7 minutes left. Who's your ideal client?
Yeah, so first of all, you need some new hobbies if joint venturing is your favorite topic of all. But my ideal client, like you said in the intro, it's a coach, it's an author, it's a speaker, any kind of an expert that has a message they want to get out into the world in a big way.
Perfect. Question number 2, 6.5 minutes left. What's the problem you solve for them?
The problem I solve is helping them to get their message out into the world. They might be a great coach. They might have written a great book. They might have a great talk, but they don't have the ability to get it out there. So they're frustrated in many cases that they have this message, this gift that can make a difference for other people, and they just don't know how to get it out there into the world.
So question number 3, 6 minutes left. We've got this person who's got a great gift. They've got a calling, they've got a destiny. They feel like, they've got something to give to the world, want to make the world a better place. Yep. What are some of the symptoms, but they're not getting the message out there. What are some of the symptoms that people are going to experience with this particular problem?
Kind of like I already said, frustration. Imagine my experience, most people that do what we do went through some kind of bad experience. Depending on what niche they focus on, they, maybe they went through a horrible breakup and then they got to the other side, or they used to be way overweight and they lost all this weight and they had health issues and now they're healthy, whatever it is, or they were broke and then they made millions. They went through something traumatic and they came out on the other side and they now have this gift, as we're calling it, and then they have the frustration of not knowing how to get it out there into the world.
Right. So a lot of frustration. Question number 4, 5 minutes left. When people are aware they've got this problem, they've got the gift and they're frustrated and not getting it out there, they're going to try some stuff. And before they find you, they're going to make some mistakes, some things that frustrate them even more probably. So what are some of those mistakes that people make trying to solve this problem before they get to Rich?
So I'm probably biased, and fortunately you're on my side on this one because you're a big proponent of joint ventures. But I would say the most common mistake that they make is they try all these other different marketing techniques, and in most cases spend a lot of money, and they don't wind up with a lot of results. So to me, the biggest mistake they're making is even if they're new in the industry, even if they don't have an email list yet, the biggest mistake in my view is they don't use joint ventures as their #1 marketing strategy. I think either they don't know, they're maybe intimidated by joint ventures, or probably the most common thing we get from people is, oh, I know, I see joint ventures work, I see all the top people in the industry using them, but they're already at this high level. So I think it's a mistake to think if I'm newer at a lower level, if you will, it's a mistake to think that you can't use joint ventures right out the gate to build your business.
Perfect. Thank you. Let's continue on that theme. Question number 5 is what one valuable free action that an audience member could implement that's going to help them a bit. I want to drill down on that one a little bit, because a lot of people listening to this are going to say, yeah, it's okay for Dan Kennedy and Frank Kern, but I don't really have an email list. So what's one valuable free action that person could take to start on the road to joint ventures without much of an email list?
Great question. And I've never been asked that before.
No, I don't imagine you would have.
So I think the first thing to get is joint venturing is how you're going to build your email list. Everybody starts with no email list. You started with no list. I started with no list. I was lucky. I kind of stumbled into joint ventures, and that's the only thing I've ever really done to build my email list. And in the first year of using joint ventures, we built an email list of 10,000 people. In 3 years, we built it to 50,000 people, and now we're at like 100,000 people, and it's all from joint venturing. So so number one, know that that's how you're going to build your list, or a way that we suggest that you do it. And then number two, you don't need a list to have other people promote you. So the thing I'd really be thinking about is, what is the value that you could bring to a potential joint venture partner besides having a big list that you could promote them to? And I would venture to say everybody has some type of value that they can bring to someone to get them interested in communicating and building a relationship with them. Does that make sense?
Do you have a for instance?
Yeah, so let's say you create websites for people. So the value you could bring to a potential joint venture partner is to review their website to see how they can improve it. Or
Kind of a mantra. Yeah, great idea.
Or another one, you're a healer. So you might offer healing sessions with potential partners so they get to experience what it's like to work with you.
Brilliant,
So
brilliant.
Everybody has value.
Brilliant, fantastic, thank you. Question number 6, 1 minute, 40 seconds left. One valuable free resource that we could direct the audiences to that is going to help them even more.
Perfect. So we have a free blueprint that people can download. And it's basically 6 steps that you can follow to land joint venture partners. And then I think it actually takes people to a very short webinar that they can watch to hear more about the topic. So you want me to give that link, or are you going to share the link? Okay. So my company is called JV Insider Circle. So if you go to jvinsidercircle.com/blueprint, you can download our free blueprint. And I highly recommend that you opt in and watch the webinar. You can watch it immediately. And if you like the topic of joint ventures, you'll love it.
And if you do the webinar, there's an extraordinary bonus. So have a look at it, because it's extraordinary value, and it's for a really, really good price, which is completely free. Question number 7, 40 seconds left. What's the one question I should have asked you, Rich, but I didn't?
The one question you should have asked me is, how do I spend more time on the ocean right here than I do sitting at this chair?
And the answer is, don't do interviews with Tom Poland.
Well, that's the first part of the answer. Obviously, don't do business with Tom. But the reality is, you kind of scoffed at the beginning when you read my bio, because I'm called a lifestyle coach. And the reality is, I literally work like 10 hours a week. And I do spend more time on the beach and out on the ocean than I do sitting in my home office. And the way that I do that is because of the leverage that joint venturing provides.
Brilliant.
And if you go and watch the webinar, you'll get a much better idea of why that is. And hopefully you'll get as excited as Tom and I are about this topic.
Rich Goodman, thank you so much for your time.
You got it, Tom. Thanks.
Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.